Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing this evening? I am not going to be on for very long, but happy St. Patty's Day. I'll be wearing this tomorrow because it is the only, well, I don't know if it's the only, but it's one of the pieces of gear that I have that has green in it. I mean, I like colorful shirts and all that stuff, but a lot of times I do stick to the grays and blacks and not too much beige, unless it's summer and I'm wearing some khaki shorts or something like that. But I do stay in the gray scale for the most part. But again, it has green in it, so I'll be wearing this tomorrow for work. It's a nice hat. It's an Empire hat, and you know, I feel like I look a little bit older with this hat because but I do like it. I'm not a fan of the straight brim. I usually like them with a little bit of curve. It's an old baseball cap type thing for me. So I think I will break it in a little bit. I got this hat when right before the fall winter season fit in last year came in, so I didn't get to wear it very much. Yeah, there it goes. There's yeah. It's a little bit better, more my style. But I'll be wearing that tomorrow. But tonight, Gomi is joining us. Yeah. Say hi, buddy. Oh, there, my baby. So, yeah, much better. Yeah. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope your day was good. I hope you have something to drink. Something to snack on. I've got a couple Nutri-Grain bars here for the evening. I'm not going to be on for very long. I've got to be up, for me, relatively early tomorrow. Got to be up at 10 so I can have enough time before work. So let's. Oh, what the heck was that? Oh, okay. That was very weird. I apologize for that. That was crazy. I don't even know if you saw it. My monitor blipped out. Or I don't know. Yeah, there we go. So tonight, as you can see on the menu, The Haunting Beauty of Tales from the Loop. I'm probably going to check out the series at some point. I've heard it's really good. And then we'll play some Atomic Heart. And then we'll finish out with some weird history. I think we were either on 1985 or getting ready to go to 1985 last night when I finished. Or maybe not last night, but the night before. As we usually do, we'll start with tradition. I was looking on Amazon today, and I was looking into getting them, my cat, at least, getting him a fountain water bowl, because he's one of those cats that definitely checks if the water. Oh, this didn't go far. He's very like, he can be very finicky about water. You know, like most dogs are just like, just fucking shove their fucking snout in the water bowl and that's that. And unfortunately cats are too, but sometimes he just would rather drink out of the faucet, and I think he likes the running water sound too. He likes to get up, go into the bathroom with me when I'm getting ready for work, and like, he'll want his water, and he'll perch real fucking funny and awkward on the side of the sink, and literally like at the faucet. And then you can tell when his tongue gets too cold. It's a little like I didn't have to try to get calm down. It's funny. It's hilarious. But anyway, as I'm not here for a large portion of the time, I want to get him another fountain bowl. And they're on Amazon for like $20-$30, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty fucking decent. The last time I ordered one was during the pandemic, the crisis on regular Earth, and it says something. I would rather smoke on camera than talk about the crisis on regular Earth back in 2020. But yeah, and then I looked at getting an automatic kitty litter box, because once again, when we're asleep and nobody's around, like, we have a litter box just for emergency cases, but I was like, well, what about getting one of those automatic boxes? Again, not, at least for like traditional looking automatic boxes. I had one for like $169, which is you know what, like, maybe when his birthday comes around, I'll get him a brand new electronic super kitty box, so that he can shit in comfort, and everybody doesn't have to smell it or look at it after it happens, even if he tries to bury it, and sometimes that shit doesn't work because he's turning around in the box and doesn't have enough room, or he's just real weird about everything and fucking flings. Oh man, when I was box training him the first time, ooh, sometimes he would miss. Those weren't good times. It still happens every once in a while, but I don't think it's usually him. I think it's a visiting neighbor. Where's my fucking... because for the most part, I will always at least entertain the cats that come in and visit. The kittens, I don't, because I want them to develop their safe spot with their respective owners. But later on in life, when, they come like storming out of the woods in the rain and the snow and the fucking shit, and they're looking for shelter and nobody's there upstairs or everything, I won't hesitate to take them in for a little bit before I send them back out. I even toyed with the idea of building like a shelter box outside. My door, so that if a cat is locked out or they just for some reason don't want to go in the house upstairs, they'll at least have somewhere warm and out of the elements to shelter for the night. I think I might do that sometime this summer. Maybe I have my buddy make one for me. All right. With that out of the way, let's put Total Eclipse on pause, and then and I really am trying to make a conscious effort to make smaller, more consumable chunks of my streams. Try to break them up between Let's Watch segments and game segments, so that if you are looking for the content like Vintage 8 or Nexpo or Nightmind or Curious Archive or anybody else that I watch before I actually go into my gaming, you can do so. But if you want to watch whatever I'm playing, you can also do that as well without having to troll through 3+ hours, 2-3+ hours, depending on how long I stream. I will say that my 7+ hour stream definitely has been getting a lot more attention. I do appreciate it. It was fun. It was not necessarily exhausting. It was it was fun. It definitely does prove the power of staying on for a decent amount of time on streaming on Twitch, giving everyone a chance to walk in and out and see what type of stream I run. I'm very new to this, so thank you everyone, whether you're followers or subscribers on YouTube. I really do appreciate the attention, and I do this for you guys. It's a labor of love, because you don't get anything really out of this until you can monetize. And that's everybody's dream, to monetize. And I definitely wouldn't mind having a second stream of income. But the way I see it is, I already do these types of things on my off time. And if I can bring you some content that you've never seen before, because there is a great woolly wild fucking world of YouTube out there with so much content that you or I have never seen, never will see. And there's something for us to look at each and every time. I don't have any skills in editing really, beyond the very, very basics, like using transitions and making my own assets and everything. Like, yeah, no, I'm an artist and I can work in Photoshop and I can work a little bit in Illustrator, and I have a passing kind of familiarity with Premiere, but mainly because Premiere is an Adobe product, which when I was in school, that is like like if you were serious about doing anything in the art field that was pertaining to computers that wasn't 3D related, and even then, still, like, the Adobe suite of programs is where it's at. There's the license for Adobe is expensive, but it's very much worth the time or worth the money if you spend a lot of time in those programs. I used to be a fair hand at Photoshop in certain aspects. I do plan on getting back into that. I want to digitize some of the artwork that I already have and take that into certain programs and see what comes out the other side. But beyond that, I don't have any film editing or video editing background as such. At some point, I will sit down when I get a wild hair up my ass, and I will learn how to edit videos in a efficient manner, at the very least. Do what I want to do with this with a certain video, like taking a stream and trimming all the fat out of it. And like, I'm sure it's easy, but doing something with confidence is different from, like, knowing in theory what you're supposed to do, especially when it comes to programs that deal with media. Yeah, so there's that. My apologies. Let's watch what's on the fucking screen.
When I look at just one picture from Simon Stålenhag's Tales from the Loop, I feel like I've watched an entire film. In a single haunting image, a novel's worth of narrative seems to play out just below the surface.
Yeah, I don't think this is a movie either. I think it's a series of images.
Experienced this too, even if you didn't know where it was from. Tales from the Loop and its sequel, Things from the Flood, are world-building projects set in an alternate version of Sweden in the 80s and 90s, in which a gigantic particle accelerator buried beneath the fields and suburbs begins to alter reality in unpredictable ways. Yet the story is so much more than a summary can convey. There's a reason why Stålenhag's work has been adapted into an RPG, a board game, and even a live-action TV show.
That's what I thought.
It is a haunting, atmospheric project that swallows you
That's what
whole.
I thought this was.
And the more scenes you observe,
This is cool too, though.
the more you can piece together the engrossing narrative below the surface. So, for this entry into the archive, I want to dive deep into the hidden lore of Tales from the Loop, and investigate why the project has struck a chord with me and so many others. This video will explore the art Stålenhag has released online, but you can purchase the full art book using the links in the description. Now, let's enter the world of Simon Stålenhag and discover the mysteries of Tales from the Loop. The distorted timeline of Tales from the Loop begins with the loop itself, the largest particle accelerator in the world, built to be so powerful it can warp space-time. Constructed in the 1960s, the loop's presence can be felt everywhere in the surrounding Swedish countryside, not just in daily vibrations and mysterious anomalies, but also in literal changes to the landscape. While the loop itself is underground, monolithic structures and heaps of scrap metal connected to the facility gradually overtake the region. By the 1980s, the period in which Tales from the Loop is set, the colossal cooling towers of the central reactor are almost always in view, with their green lights casting an eerie glow into the foggy skies. These scenes, while beautiful, also invoke a hard-to-place feeling of anxiety, as the looming structures increasingly overshadow the
Hey,
seemingly
viewer,
oblivious
whoever you
townsfolk.
are, nice to see you. Hope you like
Soon,
the show.
various advancements begin to seep their way into everyday life. Magnetrine vehicles, crafts that can float thanks to a
I'm
newly
Josh, by the
discovered
way,
levitating
with
force,
American Gnome
become
Productions.
increasingly commonplace in the world
Yeah,
of the
that
loop.
that guy in
In
the
the
little
coming
image on
decades,
that. Yeah,
several
that's me.
thousand-ton freighters take to the skies, appearing in the far background of various scenes, their artificial lights like distant stars. The scale echoes the megalithic spaceships from films like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, with their vast landscapes of flickering light. Yet there's a sense of quiet, unmistakable dread
Oh,
mixed in